we were looking at a film that we thought it was a comedy from the very beginning, and we thought it was fun. And we thought it was based on such an interesting world. You know, Grant, you could actually talk about that a little bit. Talk about what it was we were...
The truth is that this is based on a book written by John Ronson, and he created a world. He created a world for which these characters that we fell in love with, that they've so believed in what they were doing. They so believed in the idea that they could walk through walls, that they could kill. Well, maybe not kill the goats, but that they could do these things, that that George and I fell in love with those characters as they were written in the script. And so it was easy from there to sort of infuse the film with that feeling.
First of all, there were some similarities to Three Kings. I think Three Kings is a tremendously well-made film, and it holds up when you look at the names and the people that are still in the news, that were in the news then. But that was a war that was over when we made that film. And the stories that we were talking about were mistakes that were made, and we were able to reflect on them. This one is still ongoing, and there's still a lot of problems. I think that's why it's a difficult thing, why people have had a difficult time making films about this war. Usually it's easier to reflect on them after they're over, not while they're going on. Even if you look at the 70s and films during the 70s, most of the films that were successful after the war was over. So it's trickier here, I think. I think we looked at this and thought that this wasn't a Iraq war film. We thought of it as a comedy about some kind of crazy ideas that went on that started at the end of the Vietnam War and carried on through not that long ago, and maybe still carrying on. We're not quite sure.
It is quite difficult to play comedy, and the trick of it is that you must try not to play comedy at all, you know, and you know that scenes are supposed to be funny or some moments are funny, but as an actor you always have to play them absolutely for real. If you start trying to play the comedy, it doesn't, well, certainly not the kind of comedy that we wanted in this movie. There are actors that play the comedy. It's not generally as funny as this stuff. So you have to try and play against it in a way and let the situation be funny. And what's funny about our characters is that they're deadly serious about what they're doing, you know. And it's the situation that makes it amusing. And it was a very easy set for that to happen on, because we all had such a, it was a very great, it was a great environment that Grant and George created for us all to work in, you know. It was very friendly and fun and fast moving, and so it was easy to kind of, it was easy to keep the ball in the air like that, to use a football reference.
And listen, I love this festival. This festival has always been very, the first time I came here, I brought Out of Sight, which gave it a great send-off, and Grant and I brought Good Night and Good Luck here, and that gave us a great start, and Michael Clayton, and I've been here a lot and had great success here, but it's also, I mean, honestly, there isn't many, this is the only premiere that you come up in a boat in, and the charms of this city aren't new to anyone here. I think it's probably the reason this place fills up with press as well, is because you get to come to Venice and spend time in Italy, in one of the greatest cities in the world. So it's the oldest film festival. It's great. I love being here. I wish I understood Italian more, or I wish I spoke Italian better. I don't quite know enough about the subject matter to comment on another country's issues with press freedoms. If you're having difficult times, you should tell us about it, and maybe we'll make a film about it. But in general, my friends and myself and the filmmakers that I work with tend to side on the side of press freedom almost always. And oftentimes we find that that's been the salvation for mistakes in government. So we always side on the side of press freedoms. I don't really know enough about Italian press to comment on it.